Hello students, welcome to another lecture in quantum mechanics. In the previous lecture, we have seen the basic definition of particle exchange operator. In this lecture, we are going to see one of the property of particle exchange operator, that is particle exchange operator commutes with Hamiltonian. So let us prove this property. So to prove this property, that is particle exchange operator commutes with Hamiltonian, or particle exchange operator is a constant of motion. So this is what we are going to prove. So to prove this property, again, consider a system of two identical particles. Let the numbers 1 and 2 denote collectively the coordinates of position and momentum of first and second particle respectively. As the particles are identical, the state of system can be psi 1 2 or psi 2 1. Now, for this state of the system, psi 1 2 or psi 2 1, energy eigenvalue is the energy eigenvalue can be written as, and we know that the energy eigenvalue is h psi is equal to lambda psi, and in this case the energy eigenvalue can be written as h 1 comma 2 psi 1 comma 2 is equal to e psi 1 comma 2. So let us call this as equation number. Now this energy eigenvalue, and we have seen that as the particles are identical, the state of system can be psi 1 2 or psi 2 1. So that's why energy eigenvalue, one of the energy eigenvalue can be written this one. So the energy eigenvalue can also be written as h 2 comma 1 psi 2 comma 1 is equal to e psi 2 comma 1. Let us call this as equation number 2. So this is possible. These two energy eigenvalues can be written because whatever the particles we are considering, the particle 1 and particle 2 is an identical particle. And we know that Hamiltonian of identical particle is symmetric. That is psi 1 2 is equal to psi 2 1. This thing we have discussed in the previous lecture. So let us call this as equation number 3. So now using 3, the 2 becomes, so what we do is here, so we use this property, the symmetric property of Hamiltonian, and we substitute it in the equation number 1. So for that, what we do is we keep all the things as it is, but only we exchange this part. So therefore, using 3, 2 becomes, so instead of h21, we shall write h12. So it becomes h1 comma 2, and all other things we write it as it is. That becomes psi 21 is equal to e psi 2 comma 1. Let us call this as equation number 4. Now let P12 be the particle exchange operator. And we know that a particle exchange operator, when it operates on a state psi 1 2, it interchanges the coordinates. That is, the state becomes psi 2 comma 1. So this is our particle exchange operator. Let us call this as equation number 5. Now let us substitute equation number 5 in 4, that is substituting substituting 5 in 4. So we will substitute 5 in 4. So what we do is, here we have psi 21 and here we have psi 21 in equation number 4. So what we do is, we will substitute this psi 21 with this. So therefore, what we get is, here equation number 4, here we keep this as it is, but instead of psi 21, what we are going to do, we are going to write this. So here we get h 1 comma 2. So instead of psi 21, we are going to write this one. P12 psi 1 comma 2 is equal to this. We will write it as it is. That is, so again here also what we will do is, here we have psi 21. So again in this equation 4, we have, once we have substituted psi 21 with this value, again here also on the RHS we will substitute with this one. So what we get is E as it is. So here it will be P12 psi 1 comma 2. So this is a particle exchange operator. Now what I can do is, so I will take it this side, because E is a constant, it's energy eigenvalue. So there will be no harm if this is taken here. So I will write it like this. Particle exchange operator P12 E psi 1 comma 2. So this is what we get. Now we look at this E psi 1 comma 2. E psi 1 comma 2 is nothing but this in equation number. Here we have E psi 1 comma 2. Here we have E psi 1 comma 2, and the same thing is there in equation number 1, E psi 1 comma 2. Now what we can do is, so in this equation, so instead of E psi 1 comma 2, we can substitute this. So therefore, this becomes substituting one in above equation. What we get is, so we have this equation. So we have this equation. So H 1 comma 2 P 1 psi 1 comma 2 is equal to this one we have P12 E psi 1 comma 2. So now instead of this, we are going to substitute equation number 1. Therefore, now our equation becomes H 1 comma 2 P12 psi 1 comma 2 is equal to P12 as it is. So instead of this, we are substituting this LHS. Here it becomes H 1 comma 2 psi 1 comma. So this is what we get. So now, so here we have H 1 comma 2 P12 psi 1 comma 2 P12 H 1 comma 2 psi 1 comma 2. So now let us neglect this psi. So let us neglect, here we have psi 1 comma 2 and here also we have psi 1 comma 2. So let us neglect this, or let us remove it out of the equation. So there will be no harm in that. Neglecting psi 1 comma 2. So what we get? H 1 comma 2 particle exchange operator P12, sorry, psi we have neglected, is equal to P12 H1. Now, if we look at this one, so here we have Hamiltonian, here we have particle exchange operator, and here this is the Hamiltonian operator. And these two are operators. This is Hamiltonian operator, this is Hamiltonian operator, and this is Hamiltonian operator. This is particle exchange operator. So as these two are operators, and we know from the basic mathematical formulation that the order of the operator matters a lot. So we cannot just exchange the operators. If we have constants, then we can easily exchange, but when we have the operators, we cannot easily exchange them. So these two are not the same. The order of the operator matters. So if you look at the LHS, the Hamiltonian is operating on the particle exchange operator, but if you look at the RHS, the order is reverse. The particle exchange operator is operating on the Hamiltonian. So that's why if we bring this side, so it will become H 1 comma 2 particle exchange operator P12 minus P12 H 1 comma 2 is equal to 0. And now if you look, let us call this as operator A, this as operator B. So this is operator B and this is operator A. So what we have here is operator A, operator B minus operator B, operator A equal to 0. And this is nothing but, this can also be written as operator A, commutator of operator A and operator B equal to 0. This is the basic commutator algebra. What we get is operator commutation of operator AB is equal to 0. The same thing is here. So that's why what we get is H12 comma particle exchange operator P12. So commutation of these two operators is equal to 0. That's what we get. Now, if we look at this one, so here we have particle exchange operator and its commutation with the Hamiltonian is 0. So what we can write is particle exchange operator commutes with Hamiltonian. So that's what we wanted to prove. The particle exchange operator commutes with the Hamiltonian. So that's what we have proved. And this thing can also be written in another way, that if any operator, say any operator A, if any operator A commutes with the Hamiltonian, then that operator is called as constant of motion. That operator is constant of motion. So this thing is from the basic formulation of commutator algebra. So here we are having the same type of result, that the particle exchange operator is commuting with the Hamiltonian. And what we said just now, that if any operator commutes with the Hamiltonian, then that operator is called as constant of motion. That's why what we can write is, therefore, particle exchange operator is a constant of motion, is a constant of. So we have proved that particle exchange operator commutes with Hamiltonian, or particle exchange operator is constant of motion. So this was a very simple proof that particle exchange operator commutes with the Hamiltonian, or particle exchange operator is a constant of motion. Now the kind of question which can appear the semester examination is, prove that particle exchange operator commutes with Hamiltonian, or particle exchange operator is a constant of motion. So this is the question for 5 marks which may come in the university examination. So with this, we end this lecture, and in the next lecture we are going to see one more property of the particle exchange operator, that is, what are the eigenvalues of particle exchange